women wear. I need to find out what the hijab is all about. I will never forget this because that was the only thing that was stopping me from fully embracing Islam. Nobody coerced me, nobody asked me, or nobody told me you need to wear the hijab. In fact, my friends were telling me, go easy, Anna. Don't shock everyone else. You know, they're not gonna see you for 2 weeks and you come back wearing a hijab. I mean, that's gonna be, you know, very shocking. But I said, if I do convert to Islam, why should I be ashamed to wear my faith? You know, if this is what identifies me as a Muslim woman, why should I not show it to the world, right? I want to ask you guys a question before we proceed. So when you see a nun in her habit outside, you think that she is pious because she wears her habit. It is an act of reverence. And this is the same thing for Muslim women. I wear my hijab out of reverence to God and out of my desire to show modesty. It is unfortunate, however, that a nun will be deemed as pious and then the other one, a Muslim woman out in the streets wearing loose-fitting clothes and the hijab will be deemed as oppressed. One is a disciple of God and the other one is a terrorist, you know, and that's a sad reality. And at that time, I had to ask myself, are you ready for the backlash? Are you ready to be subjected to these kinds of things? And I said, yes, because I believe in what the hijab stood for, and I'm not ashamed about that. Moving on about the role of women in Islam. And like what I was telling you guys, this was what made me say, I'm ready. I'm ready, I'm going to accept Islam. It may be sooner than most stories, but I had no doubt that this was the way of life for me. Let me tell you about this woman named Khadija. So Khadija is what you would call the first CEO during that time. She was a 40-plus-year-old woman. She has been widowed twice, and she ran one of the most successful trading companies during the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And Prophet Muhammad was her employee. And Prophet Muhammad had an amazing reputation that he is trustworthy, aside from being able to come up with deals. He's very trustworthy, he's an amazing person, a man of stellar character. And this appealed to Khadija. And did you guys know that this woman of stellar character and reputation proposed to Prophet Muhammad? How many of us, women of the 21st century, would muster up the courage and propose to our boyfriends? I have not met anybody yet, you know? And if that is not empowerment, ladies, I don't know what is, to be perfectly honest. And if this religion subjugates women and oppresses us, why do we put so much emphasis on loving our mothers? And did you guys know that the first convert to Islam is a woman, which is Khadija, Prophet Muhammad's wife? The first martyr in Islam is also a woman. So it just clarified so much. And it's like, ding, 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 lights, bright lights, bright lights. Coming from a place where I never had to cover, and also as a feminist. And I always tell this, if you got it, you gotta flaunt it. You know, that was my belief. If you have it and you decide to show the rest of the world your beauty, your body, that is your choice. And if that empowers you, and if that sends a message to women, and it empowers them, good on you. But there's also something equally empowering to be able to choose who sees what's underneath here. My beauty, my body. There's something very empowering about that. And if I choose to show this to my husband alone, that's my choice, and I would actually prefer it that way. So having been on the other side, and now I'm over here, both for me are empowering. I will never ever judge a woman based on what she's wearing, because I know what it's like to be judged because of what I cannot wear. You know what I mean? So I think that the benefit of having seen stuff on the other side is that I will always respect other people's way of life. But this is my choice. I feel that this is right for me. So I hope that nobody gets offended by my choice of clothes, by my hijab, if I decide to pray 5 times a day. Because I will always respect how you guys live your life, how you choose to dress, and how you choose to, live your life. Because at the end of the day, only Allah can judge us, nobody else. Yeah? So that really sums up my conversion or my revert to Islam. Nothing dramatic, well, except for the day when I recited my Shahada. I was so emotional. I cried my eyes out, and I didn't care if it was in a public place. I was so emotional, guys, and I was euphoric, to be perfectly honest, and I still am. I don't know whether it's because I'm a new Muslim and I'm learning everything. I mean, I'm learning so much every single day. But all I can say is that I'm a very happy person in general. But I think I'm at my happiest right now. From the day that I recited my Shahada until now, I believe that nothing can disturb my peace. If there are things that disturb me right now, I know that in time, in God's grace, inshallah, everything will be solved. He's the best at mending things. Later on in the Q&A, I'll tell you what I would request him to mend in my life. But it has been an amazing journey so far, from being born and raised as a Roman Catholic to learning about Christianity, and now being purified by Islam. So I think that people can genuinely see how happy I am because I really am happy. And in fact, when I came back to work and my boss saw me wearing my abaya and my hijab, he didn't really he was shocked, obviously, but one of the things that he said, and I will never ever forget this, is that you look radiant. And I think that it's not because I'm wearing a good foundation. It's not because I have a great highlighter on, but I think that true beauty and radiance really comes from something really, really deep, and that comes from happiness, that comes with peace, and that comes with a heart that is really, really just, for me, pure. Because after I recited my Shahada, I really felt cleansed, and I'm just really, really happy. And I think that you guys can see that I am, because I have not stopped giggling, or I have not stopped being really, really happy. So that's my conversion story, and I don't think I have gesticulated so much in my videos today, but I do have a couple of questions that were sent to me on my social media platforms, and let's hop on to that shortly. Hey guys, so before I say bye-bye and bid you adieu, I just want to share one final message, and that is, with any major decision in your life, know that it will be dealt with differently by different people in your life. Some people will love it, some people will question it, some people will not understand it, some people may even hate it. But regardless of the reactions that you receive from the people around you, make sure that you respond to them in kindness, exercise understanding, and show them compassion. The world that we live in right now is already unkind. And if you respond to unkind comments about the way that you choose to live your life, it's not going to make the world that we live in a better place. And as a mother, I would love to see the world thrive differently. I mean, to survive and to be a better place for my daughter. Sometimes the way people react to you are caused by their past experiences. So I always say that you always have to take the high road. You never know what the person has experienced with, let's say, Muslims. And just choose to be understanding and reach out to the person and show them that, you know, you're not that kind of a person. And that was my vow, that the vow that I made when I reverted to Islam, that I will make sure that I am the best representation of what a Muslim woman is. And having said that, you know, exercising kindness, compassion, understanding, and tolerance, you also have to make sure that you are committed to your belief. Being all of those things does not mean you sacrifice your beliefs and your way of life. And I believe in this way of life, I believe in this religion, and I stand by it, and I am committed to it. And at the same time, I will choose to understand, I will choose to be compassionate and exercise kindness to the people who might not understand my decision at this point in time. And then inshallah, and I know that the time will come when everything will be restored and perhaps even better than how it was before. So I leave that thought with you guys, and this has been a fantastic journey for me, and I know that it's going to get better. And I only hope to those people who are seeking for answers that you find it, and you truly experience the kind of happiness, peace, and joy that I have experienced and I am currently experiencing, and I know that I will continue experiencing through the grace of Allah. Thank you guys for staying with me. This is a very chatty and long video. I'll see you all very soon, and have a great weekend from my home to yours. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.